Today, we've got an official announcement and about an increase in gratuities on Holland America. We're also going to talk about what you need to keep in mind on Embarkation Day when you are turning your luggage over to the people at the port. We're also going to talk about some more cancellations of sailings in the Red Sea, as well as lots more. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it's January 16th of 2023, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, will you please hit that subscribe button? We need to have you with us, and I think you'll enjoy being part of our amazing community here. Also, if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Now, let's start off at the top. Yesterday, we talked about some cancellations and just things going on in the region there with the Red Sea and how it is impacting cruising. And then today, MSC has canceled 3 more sailings. They are going to go to different ports instead, but they have 3 ships, the Splendida, the Opera, and the Virtuoso, who were supposed to have sailings through the Red Sea, and those have been canceled now. They will no longer be going through the Red Sea, which I can only imagine they've been watching what's been going on in the Red Sea and realize that they have had to make that change. If any of you were booked on a cruise that was supposed to go through the Red Sea, which that sounds so wonderful in more peaceful times, let me know, and let me know what you're thinking of doing instead, or if you were thinking of booking a cruise there, what you're going to choose instead. I would really like to hear about that, and I look forward to hearing about that in the comments. The next update I've got for you is Holland America is indeed raising their gratuities. They are increasing their gratuities for the second time in just 12 months. The new rate is going to be $17 per day per person for the interior ocean view and veranda cabins, and then if you have got a suite booked, you are going to be paying $19 a day for your gratuities. Overall, that is still less expensive than the gratuities are on Norwegian. Right now, Norwegian has the highest gratuities. Those are going to go into effect on February 1st of 2024. So tell me about your booking on Holland America. It would be fun to hear where you're going. So with that increase in gratuities, I would suggest, if you already have your cruise booked on Holland America, I would hurry up and prepay my gratuities to save that little bit of extra money between what it is now, which I believe it's $1 up. You can go ahead and save that $1 a day if you prepay your gratuities. So you might want to consider doing that if you're booked on Holland America. Now, otherwise, 2 stories that I want to tell you about that I've learned an awful lot from. The first one that really brings to mind how important it is that you be prepared when you arrive at the port and you're going to turn over your luggage to the porters there at the port. If you've not been on a cruise yet, if you go on a transfer with any of the cruise lines from the airport, you're going to wind up over there at the ship. They take your luggage for you, and then it's going to show up in your stateroom, in your cabin. And you are not going to have access to it once they take it. If you pull up to the port there in a taxi or an Uber and you hop out and they take your luggage for you, you're not going to see that again until you get to your stateroom, or until they bring it to your stateroom. So a couple of things I want you to keep in mind as you're preparing. First of all, don't put anything that is valuable or that you need and you cannot afford to lose in the bag that you give to the porters. Make sure that you have another little carry-on bag, a tote, a rolling bag, whatever it is that you need to be able to fit the things that you have to have. I'm thinking of things like your prescription medicine, your CPAP, just anything that you really can't do without. Make sure that you keep that with you at all times. I even do that with like our camera, with my laptop, with things like that. I never let that out of my possession. And so it's really important to keep in mind. Gordon and I came across a Facebook post that someone said that they had arrived at the port, they had their piece of luggage, and then they just hooked onto it their CPAP. Well, the whole cruise, they never were able to find their CPAP. The crew was great. They tried to find it, but that got separated. When you think about cruise lines, they manage even more luggage than an airline does for a flight. Alrighty, for one flight, you've got way more people on a cruise ship, so it is a massive effort to take care of that luggage. Someone does not take your luggage from you right there as you're checking in at the port and just walk it up to your cabin. They have these huge racks that they put it in. They have to move a lot of luggage all at once, and so if you wouldn't attach something to your suitcase and give it to an airline, don't attach it to your suitcase and give it to a cruise line. Remember that. Also, I would say that it's really important to remember that you also have in your bag things that you might want in case it takes a while for your luggage to show up in your stateroom. On some of the cruise lines, it's pretty quick, and on some of them, it can take a while. And I would say it can even depend on how full the ship is, how well staffed they are, and some ports are even faster than others. So make sure that if you want to get on board the ship, have a little lunch, and get out to the pool in your bathing suit, that you have your bathing suit in your bag. So then you're not waiting around and starting your vacation because you don't have your suitcase yet. And you can think that through with several things. And indeed, I'll do a video that shows you what I put in the bag that I keep with us every time we embark on a ship. And it is usually remarkably the same. And so I'll do that. But remember to keep with you your valuables and things that you're going to want immediately. Okay, so that's so important. Now, the next story that I have to tell you, and these are both stories that we learned so much from, and one day when I went on the New England cruise without Gordon in September, we were taking me to the airport, and you have to have your passport. That cruise goes to Canada. Indeed, you can get by with taking just a certified copy of your birth certificate and your government-issued photo ID for adults, but I only travel with my passport, and the reason is if anything unexpected happens to me and I end up having to be in the hospital in Canada in this instance or anything like that, then I've got my passport so that when I'm ready to come home, it is really easy for me to just get a flight and come home. I don't have to jump through extra hoops with immigration to get back into the United States. If you're there with just your birth certificate, and that's whether you're in Canada or Mexico or a Caribbean island with these closed loop cruises, you need to have your passport if anything happens to you, to avoid a whole lot of extra hassle when it's time to return to the United States. So anyway, I travel with my passport. We get 20 minutes down the road, and it hits me like a bolt out of the blue on our way to the airport there that I don't have my passport. So we turned around, went home, got my passport, and then went back to the airport. Why am I telling you this other than clearly I'm forgetful? It's really important to have extra time in your travel time. We always try to plan to be at the airport 2 hours. And when we have to park our car and take the shuttle over to the airport from the parking place that we use, we even bake in extra time so that if it takes longer for the shuttle to swing by the car to pick us up or anything at all happens, we are still at the airport and checked in with plenty of time. And that's really what saved us that day, so that we would have time to go turn around, drive 20 minutes back, and then drive 20 minutes back to where we were, to the point where I realized that I missed my passport. So I just wanted to share these tales of woe with you, really to help you think of how you prepare for your travel, how you plan your time, and everything that goes with it. I would love it if any of you would share any helpful tips that you've got as well in the comments, any experiences that you've had, and I really look forward to seeing you here again tomorrow. And I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.